Good morning. Downtown Chicago, and this is the Amir Shakur Speaks Morning Show, and hopefully you guys can hear me well. Well, it's Tuesday, March 31st, 2026, and I'm Amir Shakur, and this is the wake up call that you've been been waiting on, right? So let's do this right. I want to do it the right way. So there we go, y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So listen, good morning, Chicago. Good morning, Philly. Good morning, New York. Good morning, everyone. Another second day of the start of the week of transformation, and things are shifting in real time. So wanted to again welcome you guys, and if you haven't, you know how we do house cleaning rules, and just like, subscribe, and share, or like, share, and subscribe, or just share it. All right, we're opening up week on a good note, I think, and I think we're at a crossroads with quite a few different topics that we're going to talk about over the course of the next 30 minutes or so, not longer than that. So again, it's Tuesday, and we are here, and again, this is the wake-up call you've been waiting for. So the motivation to get your week started right. So let's get into the pulse of the community. And I gotta tell you, producers have said this, and new producers, I should say. So welcome aboard, y'all. But you're talking with the sharpest mind in the morning media, and I should say urban news morning media. But I'm gonna fill my britches. I'm gonna say the urban news media, America's truth fighter, and that's me, America's truth fighter, Amir King 7 Shakur. I had to say that twice, okay, so we can get it. We can get it in context. So our lead-off story today, we get right into it without further delay. Oh, by the way, you know what, my chat VIPs, welcome. If you guys are online and you wanna come on and you wanna participate, you wanna put your voice. Let your voice be heard. Put your voice right in the middle of the issue, and it doesn't have to be an issue. It could be something as well as a concern. It could be a great thing. Maybe you even want to talk about the picture of the day segment. So, great day, Beth. Great day, great day, my VIP club members. It's always good to have y'all. You guys are a godsend, and anyone else who wants to come on to the chat, come on to Amir Shakur Speaks broadcast channel at YouTube. And you can comment there, and yeah, we'd love to have you. So like, share, and subscribe, right? So we're gonna lead off. We're gonna lead off today, and we're talking about Lyft and Uber, y'all. Lyft and Uber. So where are we at with this? Well, ride-hailing shares are going through a tax evolution like never before. So cities are increasingly looking at Uber and Lyft to plug their budget holes. So you're going to see the prices of Uber, Lyft go up, and any other ride shares. So an example, Philadelphia is currently proposing a new $1 per ride fee to fund public schools, following the lead of cities like Chicago, who've already done that, which have expanded its congestion zone fees to $1.50 per ride in high traffic areas. So if you're in urban communities like the urban or the metropolitan, I should say, communities or parts of town, you're going to see an increase. So choosing between Lyft and Uber often comes down to your current location, time of the day. Both platforms are highly similar in service, but vary constantly in wait times and price. So let's talk a little bit about that. But before we even get too far into it, just want to highlight what's going on out there in Philadelphia. If you're following from the East Coast or from New York or Philadelphia, feel free to chime in, give us your opinion about what's going on, and we'll be more than happy to put that either in the comment section or record it for our denotation from our show. So there it is. Give us a second, and let's see if we can get that segment pulled up. I think we can, and definitely take it from there. So,
city schools. The mayor proposes a tax on rideshare to boost public schools, but the plan is getting pushback tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. The proposal would raise the tax on rideshare trips to $1 per ride. It's meant to address a $300 million deficit in the school district. Mayor Parker defended the plan.
There is never a good time to raise the tax here in the city of Philadelphia or anywhere. But guess what? If I'm only here to make decisions that will get me a round of applause, I shouldn't be here. Because leadership requires that you make tough decisions during tough times. And our children are worth it.
While some say it's a step in the right direction, others are not convinced it will fix the bigger problems. Eva Anderson continues our coverage tonight.
Mayor Parker's updated proposal would raise the rideshare tax to $1 per trip starting in January. That's up from the 20-cent tax she originally proposed earlier this month. She says it would generate tens of millions of dollars each year to help the school district and help save roughly 200 school jobs. Parker says rideshare companies can decide whether to absorb that cost or pass it on.
I'm not responsible for how the company decides that it wants to adjust to this $1 tax.
But with more than 138,000 rides starting in Philly each day, tonight Uber and Lyft tell CBS Philadelphia they'll pass that cost right to the customer. Tonight, Uber emailed area riders saying in part, quote, "At a time when Philadelphians are already stretched thin due to rising housing costs and everyday expenses, Mayor Parker is proposing to make Uber rides less affordable." Tonight, riders reacting.
I have to take an Uber or a Lyft just depending on the distance. It's going to be tough on people who don't have cars, who really don't have a choice.
Others say they're willing to pay up.
If it was just $1 more per ride, I'd be happy to contribute if it means hardworking people here in Philadelphia can keep their jobs.
Drivers told us they don't expect the change to have a major impact on their business.
It's still they're gonna tip though. Yeah, so it's not gonna hurt me at all.
But not everyone's on board. Some families are frustrated as the announcement comes the same day they rallied to save 18 West Philadelphia schools slated to close as a part of a long-term facilities plan that remains unchanged.
Do you really care about our kids, or are you worried about the numbers and the money?
Ramar Pouncey's grandson attends Overbrook Elementary, one of the schools on the closure list. And while the mayor says this proposal would help save jobs, she says it will not impact those closure decisions.
What we're proposing here today, this new $48 million in new recurring revenue, has absolutely nothing to do with the facilities planning process that the school district is working in now. Do not mix apples and oranges.
City Council will now take up the proposal as a part of budget negotiations, with hearings beginning tomorrow. They have until the end of June to approve a final plan. Eva Anderson, CBS News, Philadelphia.
So yeah, if you're just joining us, talking about us, we're talking about price increases to Uber and Lyft, and the rate for Uber and Lyft is significantly, slightly going up, I should say, in different areas that have already done it, like Chicago and the Northeast and the Western U.S., particularly in cities like New York. The better rates are there as well, and the pushback has been significantly constant for folks saying that, hey, I'm already paying, high for these services. And Uber and Lyft both have a global footprint, which have a major stakehold in many cities in the United States and abroad. And it often translates to, better service. But now we see short kickbacks coming from a lot of these areas because they're looking to make their budget, and they're looking for Uber and Lyft because of the availability of the services and the use of these services. So what you can expect from a lot of these cities when it comes to Uber, Lyft, and other rideshare platforms is you can see slight increases, roughly on the dollar on average. And as we said, research indicates that it really depends upon where you're at. Chicago has recently done it. The lead of cities like Philly is currently being expanded and recently expanded. And that's in the congestion zones, okay? So you're looking at the high level, big ticket, highly trafficked areas, and you'll see those increases if you haven't already. So keep a lookout on that. Don't expect it to don't expect it to be minimal, especially in peak periods and during times. So what do you guys think? What's your feedback about that? Let's go to the chat room. All right. Oh, about 50 cents per ride instead of 20 cents per ride. Okay, well, yeah, the level of fare increase is one thing, but the taxation is already built in, so you may or may not see it, or you may notice it that it's going to be high. So $1 per ride for passengers that go back and forth to work on rideshare could be an increase of $10 per week. Yeah, it definitely adds up, and we are definitely saying some people go to work on rideshare 5 days a week. I mean, the cost and the calculations are high, so we definitely need to we'll look out for that, and we'll keep you guys duly informed about that and the who's, what's, when's, where's, and how's, and any changes. All right, so that's that. Feel free to give us a follow-up if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or criticisms about the Uber and Lyft rideshare tax increases and fare increases. All right, y'all. So moving right along. So there is a economic. When we're speaking of economics, there's an economic expansion in major metropolitan cities like Chicago and everywhere else, and you will see increases when it comes to transportation everywhere. And that leads me to the next thing, and we will report about it, but the next thing is we're looking at government accountability and changes when it comes to urban housing and development deregulation. And a major executive order has been issued to remove regulatory barriers for affordable home construction. This includes streamlining from financial permitting and fees and encouraging right development. So this is something that we'll be talking about in the days ahead. And I just want you guys to be aware of, some different recent developments. Say, for instance, California's factory-built housing push. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the days ahead as well, which leads us to the next area is when it comes to economic development and urban planning. You see some major cities doing some major things, cities like Chicago. Obviously, California is another one that we talked about. And, with opportunity zones, the department, which is still partnering in a lot of these areas, these investments are continuously going on, even though we see federal pushback in a lot of areas because of the volatility of the Trump program, and now we see conflict with Iran going on in Iran and the Middle East. So, but we just wanted to talk a little bit about the transit and infrastructure piece. Cities are increasingly looking, as we said, to continuously cushion and build in a lot of areas. Let's go to one of the particular areas in Chicago where we see an upgrade and expansion, and that comes back down to transit. And the major metropolitan update here is that we consistently see building, which is a positive thing. But again, we have to be cognitive of the who's, what's, when's, where's, and how's. So let's talk about the CTA. For those who don't know, it's the Chicago Transit Authority, and they have undergone a $5.7 billion transit expansion, which is, it's finally coming. It was on hold for a while because of the back and forth with the federal government, but now you see that transit expansion going on in full effect. So we wanna look into that. We'll pull up the video and let's delve right into it. And while you're doing that, while we're waiting on the video, if you guys are following the show, please like and share it. I mean, the information is about you. It's coming from an urban perspective, and I think it's refreshing to see what independent media can do as opposed to getting it from the big boys, right? So anyway, let's go to Chicago and let's look at their transit expansion and what's going on, what it's all about.
Vitality of the city of Chicago. Chicago is no stranger to big ideas and bold infrastructure projects. From the Chicago River's reversal to the Willis Towers construction, the city has a history of tackling ambitious endeavors. The latest in this lineage is the Red Line extension, a $5.7 billion plan to expand one of the city's key transit arteries further south. However, with its massive price tag and lingering questions about execution, is it a transformative investment or a costly gamble? Let's break down in today's episode. The Red Line is one of the busiest lines in Chicago's L system, operated by the Chicago Transit Authority (CTA). Running north-south, it stretches from Howard Street on the city's northern edge to 95th Street, Dan Ryan on the south side, serving as a lifeline for commuters, students, and workers. But for decades, residents south of 95th Street have felt left out. The Red Line extension, RLE, aims to fix that by extending the line 5.6 miles from its current terminus to 130th Street near Altgeld Gardens, a public housing community. This isn't a small tweak. The extension includes 4 new stations, 103rd Street, 111th Street, and Michigan Avenue elevated, and 130th Street at grade. The average population density within 1/2 mile of each station is nearly 6,800 people per square mile. Each station will include bus, bike, pedestrian, and park and ride facilities connections. The plan also includes 1,200 parking spaces, new traction power substations, a rail yard, a maintenance facility near 120th Street, and 78 new rail cars. Trains will run 24/7, with trains every 3 to 6 minutes during weekday peak periods, every 7 to 8 minutes during weekday off-peak periods, every 8 to 15 minutes during weekday evenings, and every 7 to 15 minutes on weekends. Daily ridership is projected at 36,400 initially.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Let's get it back. And so basically, the question of the hours are the questions that folks would have is, are these increases that we're seeing, are they affecting the pocketbook of folks in the community? And yes, they are. And some of these are coming from financial grants and governances with accountability to stabilize some of the areas. So I can say for a fact that, we're seeing the expansion in the north in the CTA, if you're in Chicago Transit Authority, and the bus rapid transit plans aiming at connecting the suburban hubs to downtown cores, so to make it easier for folks to get in and out of the city. And the clip that you saw was the expansion on 130th, going from the north side downtown areas to 130th. So the city of Chicago has been planning this, and bonds were given offering the planning. So it's not anything that is readily hitting the pocketbooks of Chicagoans, but at the same time, you will see increases because there's operational fees. Eventually there will be a backflow of where it is and who's, what's, when's, where's, and how's. So let's see, what are your questions? Let's go to the chat and let's see what you got to say, comments. So good morning, Ramona 4126. Let's see, is that increase due to safety issues with the CTA? Well, we haven't seen safety issues increases yet, but we do know that there are operational fees. We recently reported, for those who don't know, about the violence on the CTA. I think that was a pretty special report for those in the Chicagoland area. But, with also places like New York and Philly, when you see rapid transit, New Jersey, when you see rapid transit, then obviously the operational cost of keeping those areas and those platforms safe is very, very high. So you see police presence increase, security presence increase. So there it is. And ultimately, a lot of it will come from the pocketbook of consumers, but hey, we're gonna be cautiously optimistic, and we're gonna pray for the pocketbooks of everyone to kind of be minimized during this warm weather season going into the spring and the summer. And unfortunately, it's actually the opposite, because the case of the Iran conflict that's ongoing and the petroleum lack thereof, and I've reported about it before, but it definitely is an issue that we have to address on an ongoing basis, and we got to keep our eye on it, right? So that's what gives. Listen, if you guys want to come on board, you want to get into the chat, and if you want to share your voice and your opinion, you want to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share, go ahead and do that. I'm going to suggest for a lot of folks who are in the major metropolitan areas, there's a lot going on, and I'd be willing to share your opinion and your voice. So if you send me an email at amirshakurspeaks@gmail.com, I'm gonna post that, and you guys can send me an email. I'm going to I want to get the best information from the best people and whatever concerns you have. So, and if it's something that the people need to know, we're in the habit of telling the truth. So trust me. I did say you're rocking with the sharpest mind in the morning, but our platform means that, it's a truth-based platform, and, it's about speaking the truth. So there it is. Send me an email to amirshakurspeaks@gmail.com. And that leads me to almost our final segment, and let's talk a little bit about that. That's Amir Shakur speaks. A picture can tell 1,000 words. So what's going on is that if you have anything going on around your world, and you want people to know about it, it's if you got a party that you attended, and a birthday party for a kid, or even your own birthday party, we want to celebrate you. Hey, if you're a viewer of mine, I'm going to post it. And right now our viewership is about 80,000, 85,000, no, I'm sorry, it's up to 90,000 views. We get about 5,000 people a day on the average, in and out of my doors. And we've got a consistent VIP club of folks who share the wealth and watch us and share the information. So, you got to get the attention that you need. And then we have the evening show. And so a picture can tell 1,000 words, which leads me to my next thing is, wow, that's what the picture is. Who was that handsome guy? When you guys see me without my hat, there you go. That's what I look like, when I'm not in CIA undercover mode. And I said, hey, that looks like, no, that's me. And it's real. Bishop Amir Shakur, and that leads me to the segment, and that's why I'm saying that, just about me. And the picture is, I'm not being arrogant, y'all, but I've been an activist for many, many years, and I've done news and media, but alongside of that, in order to really get the information out to the people and help people understand the bigger picture, I was going to say is that accountability. I started writing, and then I went to school, which was my minor, journalism. Good old Governor State. Shout out to Governor State University. Yes. My minor was journalism, and I wrote for the school newspaper. You can go on their website. You should be able to go on there and see some of my former writings. But that adventure led me within several years to becoming published in the Huffington Post. Yeah, I was in CNN iReports, which is where I started out, and also the Daily Cause. So make a long story short, my platforms about community activism go well beyond my media and radio and my filmmaking. Motivation and faith really is something that leads me to the next level, and it gives me power. I often say powered by God. So I regularly share the 1-minute motivational messages every day that prioritize faith, divine guidance, and personal faith. And now we have the inner soul restoration and Fellowship Ministries, which basically is my ministry. I'm on every Sunday morning and Wednesday evening at 7, Sunday mornings at 9 religiously. So guys, if you want to follow the ministry, and some of the folks are, we're building a ministry team. We're building a ministry team, and yeah, it was Amir, it was Greg Greer, the bishop. Those who know me in my former life, but it's Amir Shakur, and it's Bishop Amir Shakur. And sorry about the typo, but that's the only one I can find. But it's Bishop Amir Shakur, or Minister Amir Shakur, which I like to say because ministry is active, it's engagement, it's about interaction with the people. So follow our show, guys, every Sunday, 9 a.m. I'm getting days mixed up, y'all. I'm sorry. And then Wednesday evenings, and that's a picture can tell 1,000 words. But this one was about me. But listen, if you guys have anything that you want to share, remember that I'm gonna post it up in big time. Send that to AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail.com. It could be, a children's recital. It could be it could be the party that you had at the club last night. Hey, let me celebrate you guys. All right, AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail.com. And yes, just a picture can tell 1,000 words. Send me that stuff. All right, guys. So we're coming to the end of the show, and I want to introduce a new segment, right? I want to introduce a new segment, and that new segment, as we're leading across the nation, is Call to Action. This is a call to action, and what this is all about is, we just don't want to read the news or be a observer or be on the sidelines or even on the fence. We want to get off the fence, get off the sidelines, and we just don't want to read the news. We want to change it. So local decisions, what's the action? What's the call to action? The CTA, right? That's what we call it. Not for those in Chicago who understand CTA as something different. CTA means call to action. Local decisions about issues like we talked about affordable housing or public transit are happening right now. Your input is vital. The instruction here is that contact your representatives, contact the folks who matter, the stake bearers, and go to the town house and stand up and speak out, and let's build this city together. So that's our call to action. Our call to action means that, communities don't change unless you become the voice with the issue and speak up, stand up and speak out. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Remember, I said stand up and speak out, right? We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But, this is your moment to affect change. And, a lot of times people may stand up and think that their voice doesn't matter, or they may complain about what's going on. Well, I'm saying that, change it. You be the change that you want to see, for the quote that I love so much. So that's what the call to action is about. I'm going to issue a call to action every show now because of who I am, the truth teller, not just the sharpest mind in urban news media, but a truth teller. So with that in mind, expect the call to action, the CTA, to be every show. Hey, listen, this has been my briefing, and we've got a lot to fight. We got a lot more to build. So stay focused, stay advocate minded, and remember, your voice is your power. All right. I'm going to say that again. Your voice is your power. So see y'all not just on the digital front lines, but let's see y'all on the front lines in the communities across the country and around the globe. We got work to do, y'all. So let's get to work. That's been my time. Listen, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to the post, to the channel, to the show, to the broadcast channel. Subscribe to me, share the information, and hey, if you got anything you want to say to me, hey, I'm always a listening ear. So again, your voice is your power. I'm Amir Shakur, and thank y'all for watching. Peace.